Hey, William from the Zombie Star here, and this week in comics, this week was something, and it was hard to ignore anything else other than the mayhem that unfolded before our very eyes. So, for the better part of 2020, I have been building this platform and using this outlet to communicate and to share and everything that I love in pop culture and interact with a community that I feel I'm strongly a part of. Anyone who watches the videos, anyone who comments, it is greatly appreciated. And this has been really fun to do, and I can't wait to see what 2021 has in store for the Zombie Star as we kind of continue down this road. But while I've allowed this outlet for a specific purpose, I felt that it's also a way for me to interact and, of course, express how things affect me. I mean, not just in comic books and movies and everything that I love, or anime or whatever, but also things that happen outside of this room. This week, we probably saw one of the grossest displays of human behavior, and I want to use this medium to really define where the zombie star and I personally stand in the midst of this chaos. So we will never justify, we will never condone any acts of hate speech. We will never participate in any form of aggression, of ignorance, violence through ignorance. And these are qualities that we at the Zombie Star strongly stand by. All are welcome to view. Anyone and everyone are welcome to view and comment, but of course with the sense that we are here to share. We are here to unite, not to divide. And I think if we really take a look at ourselves, we will find that together we can accomplish a lot more than we ever could if we are divided and at odds with one another. And that's this week at the Zombie Star. But while we were witnessing this chaos, some comic books did get released. And we're not going to allow the collective ignorance of people interrupt. Certainly not what I love to do, and not going to interrupt why I love interacting in this community. So we did see some comic books get released, and some really cool stuff did come out. I'm always talking about standout titles. I'm always talking about recommendations and things like that. And usually if it's something that I'm reading, it's something that I am enjoying. It won't be on this channel. If it's something that I'm not enjoying, I won't even bring it up. So the first thing I want to bring out is from Image Comics. We did see this week the release of number 3 for Crossover. And I love that cover. We got our main character, Ellie, and this character, which maybe Ava, I think her name is Ava. And that's a Gundam, okay? This story is just getting wilder with every issue, okay? Donny Cates, Geoff Shaw, Dee Cunniffe, and John J. Hill are really constructing something unique here. But let me tell you, this is an acquired taste. It really is. Donny Cates, being the artist and writer and creator that he is, he kind of leaves this message at the end of issue 1 where he still feels that he's not sure how this is going to go. He's not sure how we're going to respond to this. And I agree. I believe that this is a story that really isn't for anyone. It's really, really out there. I really consider this like this is the creator's experiment. Because it really is following a story that you can tell is something that, it's coming from deep within inside the creators here. This is for them. We're following a story here where the fabric of reality is torn and the world of comic books pours into it. Know what you're thinking? I think we've heard this before. Sure. But of course, it's pretty dramatic, very unique in how it presents it. And of course, it's building a world around how, people are responding, right? How the community is responding, global community is responding to this mysterious and tragic event. Really pulling on the fourth wall. I feel there's a lot of mechanics here, deliberate mechanics of really trying to connect with the reader on a real level, because it's talking about superheroes that you know, and it includes even writers and creators that you know. They reference, again, just knocking down that fourth wall. It's a story within a story coming into our reality. Very strange. You just got to read it. I'm still following this. It is really cool. Very unique story. Did come out with issue 3, came out with some, they had a lot of covers for this. Could not find them all. I only hunted down one, which was my favorite when I was hunting it down. I wanted another one, but it was too rare. My comic book store, Alien World, love you guys, didn't have it. But they did put aside the cover that I was just, melting over. And check that out. Okay, so this is the variant cover, one of the variant covers. This is not an incentive cover for crossover number 3. Of course, showcasing Spawn. And of course, by one of, I know I always say this is my favorite artist, this is my favorite writer. I've probably mentioned a bunch of them, but Todd McFarlane, come on, you really are up there as one of my favorite artists and creators of all time. Spawn being one of my favorite characters. So when he was being displayed and he was going to take center stage on this cover, had to get it. It came out with several different variants. Same cover of this variant. The only change is, of course, the main character Ellie here. She's actually reading a issue of Crossover. Again, this is part of the story. It is strange. It is weird. It is out there. I still recommend it if you just want to read something just unique and really different. Crossover number 3. And of course, our variant cover that I'm so happy to get. I have so many stacks of books that just need to be graded. This is one of them. Maybe signed by Todd. We'll see. I'm just super excited about getting this cover. There was a black and white pencil sketch variant that, of course, was just impossible to get. And it's who knows how much on eBay now. Along with that, we're still following Symbiote Spider-Man, King in Black side story to, of course, the mayhem that's happening with Null. And this is number 3, okay, showcasing Spider-Man in his awesome symbiote suit and Captain Marvel. Okay, this story, of course, this story is really just, again, one of your run-of-the-mill action adventure of, Spider-Man while he's in a possession of his symbiote suit. But it really is, what I'm really enjoying here is the extended universe of the Marvel. You're really seeing a lot of characters come together that I've never seen before come together. In this issue alone, you have, of course, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, the Black Knight, Kang the Conqueror, Rocket Raccoon, all come, Merlin the Magician. It's just packed with just cameos and just surprise characters, and it's a really, really fun read. It's a side story. It's going to be something that's pretty short, and of course it is part of the, long running and right now running King in Black, which focuses around the new big bad for Marvel, which is Null. But issue 3 was a lot of fun. Came out with 2 covers. I was not able to get the second, so I only just got the main cover, but I really do love it. We're looking at Peter David, Greg Land, Jay Leisten, and Frank Diamara. Really am loving Peter in that symbiote suit. It's one of my favorite versions of Peter Parker outside of just his normal suit. But him being in the symbiote, we all know that his abilities are amplified, and he's a bit more aggressive. And in this issue, and of course the symbiote suit does take on, amplifies his personality as well. So he's more aggressive here. He's kind of more vicious as he's still learning about this symbiote suit. So really good run. Another recommendation from Marvel, and I think this is what I'm currently reading. The only other thing I'm reading from Marvel is probably Wolverine. Black, White, and Blood. I'll probably be talking about that one in this week in comics. Number 3, Symbiote Spider-Man. Captain Marvel looks amazing. Okay, This one was a big time release for us. We are huge Star Wars fans, okay, and have pretty much seen everything that's in the Star Wars universe. I try to read a lot of extended universe stuff, but there's just so much. Recently, Marvel has put out Star Wars: The High Republic, and I was only able to acquire the main cover. There were so many other covers that I wanted, even a Virgin variant cover that is just going for a ridiculous amount of money. But just the main cover alone did sell out very quickly, and is is starting to raise in value. That's how desired and kind of anticipated this book was. I love how this story really helps you in the beginning, just give you a sense of time. Okay, there is a very specific timeline in the first page of this book that tells you exactly where you are, and of course, this is well beyond our 1970s Star Wars films, and of course, well, beyond in the sense that we are way before that. Okay, but this takes place specifically before the fall of the Republic. Okay, so we're talking about the only thing that happens after this is Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, right? So this takes place during a time where the Jedi are very well established. They are the protectors of the galaxy, and they really function like as kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like ambassadors. I don't even remember, like Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan in Phantom Menace, where like you really get to see Jedi's doing what Qui-Gon and Obi did in Phantom Menace, where they're like they're solving conflicts and trade disputes and whatnot. And you really get a good sense of that. Really a time period for Jedi that hasn't been explored at the depth that this intends to. Very exciting, because this could be the first step of where the direction for our cinematic Star Wars universe could take. We have gotten a lot of rumors that the Old Republic or High Republic is where the cinematic universe wants to go next, and it's so rich with narrative. There is already a lot of groundwork for this. So to see that they're moving forward so far with a comic book could mean that they have Marvel and of course Disney could have a lot of plans to move forward with all kinds of cinematic releases, shows. There's so much content there. We're being introduced to new characters, new Jedis, and a hint, of course, there's got to be a new villain. Star Wars is known for making their just memorable villains. So really exciting issue. This has got to be a #1 recommendation. Star Wars High Republic. This is going to be something special. I really feel it is. We're talking Scott I'm going to mess up this name. Anindito, okay? And Leone, okay? This was a standard cover. I wish I could have gotten the others, but totally missed out on them. Maybe might have to do an eBay hunt so I can acquire that Virgin variant. Just don't want to pay too much for it. Oh, and of course, if you can figure it out, there's a cameo in here that'll just blow you away. But I'll let you guys figure that out. So yeah, we did see the release of crossover #3. Currently following this, still a recommendation. This is really out there, a lot of fun to read. Highly, highly recommended. And check out that McFarlane variant cover. Symbiote Spider-Man #3. This is a lot of fun. If you're a Spider-Man fan and you just love that era where he's running around with his symbiote suit, this is for you. This is really cool. You don't even need to be a Star Wars fan, honestly. I mean, this is really going back to, maybe how everything else begins in the films, really. So if you're not a Star Wars fan and you want to see what it's all about, why not pick up this comic book and start reading from here? If you are a Star Wars fan, I mean, no, right? I don't really got to convince anybody of anything. This is about the Jedis when they're at their peak of power and their abilities. So, really, really cool releases this week. Let's just fan them out. And this was all for this week. So, those were our comics. This was a lot of fun. I'll see you guys next time for This Week in Comics.